Hey everybody, Drew here. Today we're going to have a look at Green Day's song Holiday. We'll break it down into bite-sized chunks. We'll learn it piece by piece, and then you can jam along with your band, in your bedroom, with Spotify, with YouTube, whatever you want. Let's jump into it. Okay, so the introduction for Holiday uses two chord shapes or two finger positions. They're really dyads because they're only two notes. The first shape is our index finger on the 8th fret of the A string with our pinky then up on the 9th fret of the B string. We mute the rest of the other strings. So I'm muting the low E with the tip of my index finger. I'm muting the high E with the underside of my pinky. And then the underside of my index finger is muting the D and the G strings. Should sound like this. A little bit of a dissonant sort of a sound. The other shape that we're going to use, and it's the one that we're going to slide around, consists of my index finger on the 4th fret of the A string, and then I'm using my pinky up on the 6th fret of the B string. And once again, I'm muting the rest of the strings. From there, I'm going to slide that up to the 11th fret, and then back down to E flat on the 6th fret. So once again, my first shape, followed by shape 2. Now that's what one guitar is playing. The other guitar is playing power chords. I use the basic shape. It's my index finger on the F note on the 8th fret, followed by my 3rd finger on the 10th fret on the D string. Sometimes I play it with my pinky, just depending on how lazy I am. And that shape can be moved anywhere on the guitar neck. Now the note that is under your index finger is the name of the chord. So whether you're playing that chord shape on the A string or whether you're playing it on the E string makes no difference. Whatever note is under the tip of your index finger, that is the name of the chord. So the little part that we're going to play underneath that lead part for the intro is going to be an F, followed by a D flat, followed by an A flat, followed by an E flat. So it should sound like this. Now in that introduction, the lead guitar plays through his part 6 times altogether, basically 4 times, and then on the 5th time the rhythm guitar comes in with the rest of the band playing his part, and that plays through that pattern another 2 times. So all up 6 times. Rightio, so the verse is very similar to the introduction, just a couple slight alterations. I'll play through it real quick. So the first part of the verse is exactly the same as the introduction. So an F to a D flat, to an A flat, to an E flat. Second time through, we alter that by going to the C chord instead of to the E flat. So it's going to sound like this. It's going to go F, D flat, A flat, C. And then on the third run through, we're going to play the same pattern again. So F, D flat, A flat, E flat, and then we're going to play C for 2 bars. So nice and simple, and we do that twice, and that completes our verse. Right, for the chorus of Holiday, we're going to change our position for our F chord, and we're going to play it down low at the 1st fret on the low E string. It just gives the chorus a bit more power. So we're going to play it like this. Now, in the chorus, we're going to be holding these chords out for a full bar, as opposed to just 2 beats like we did in the verse. So it's going to sound like this. Right, so to break that down, we play the F chord for a bar, followed by the D flat for a bar, followed by A flat for a bar, followed by E flat for a bar. And then the next run through goes F once again to D flat, to A flat. And then we go to C, but this time we've got a cut at the end. So we cut, or we just play a big stab on the first beat of the second bar of C. And that's our chorus done. Once we've done that, we jump back to the introduction riff for 2 times. And then we go through verse, we go through chorus, and we're going to come up to what I call the bridge. It's this part. So, to play this bridge part of the song, once again, we're on an F. Then we do a little jump from a G up to an A flat. And then I like to think of this when I'm teaching people to play it at home in my studio. Just think of the geometric pattern. It's like a triangle. So it goes D flat to B flat to E flat to C. So you can see that pattern going from the 4th fret of the A string to the 6th fret of the E string, down to the 6th fret of the A string, and back to the 8th fret of the E string. Now the second time through this, that part changes. So the first part's the same, so it goes F, G to A flat, and this time it jumps up to E flat, to C, to F. Now it plays through that twice, so I'll play through it once more for you. Nice and easy. The solo in this tune is really melodic. It's a great place to start when you're learning to play solos. It's not too hard, so you should be able to get it down pretty quick. So to play this solo, we're going to start here on the 6th fret of the B string. Just so happens to be an F note. And we play that little phrase, 3 notes. So it's going to go from F on the 6th fret of the B string to the 8th fret of the B string, and then with our pinky up onto the 9th fret like this. Play that once more. The next part of the solo, use our middle finger to go to the 8th fret on the G string. We play that little rundown, so it goes 8th fret on the G string with our 3rd finger, to our 1st finger on the 6th fret of the G string, to our 1st finger again, so we slide down to the 5th fret on the G string. So I'll play that nice and slow. Beautiful. So far we'll have this. Next part, we take our pinky up here onto the B string on the 8th fret. So 8th fret on the B, 5th fret on the B, 5th fret on the G. Following that, we're going to use our middle finger to play that F note on the 6th fret of the B string again, and then followed by our pinky on the 8th fret of the E string. And we do that twice. So all up, so far we've got this. Once we've done that, we play that first little phrase from the beginning. Exactly the same as the first part of the solo. And then to finish it off, we slide with our index finger up to the 8th fret of the B string. We play that little rhythmic pattern. Now, just with that too, depending on which version of the song you've listened to, the lead guitarist plays it slightly different. I've noticed the live version changes from the recorded version. So I play it. I have heard on the original live version it went. So as long as you get in that sort of ballpark, you're going to be sounding great. So from that 8th fret of the B string, we're going to slide up to the 13th fret of the B string. Play that same rhythmic pattern again. And then from there, we slide up to the 17th fret of the B string. And we do that twice. And then it's a quick slide up to the 18th fret. So all up, the whole solo should sound like this. Easy as. Cool. Once the solo is now finished, it cuts to a bass riff, and the bass player is basically playing that same riff that we played for that, what I call the bridge section. Now, the rest of the song is really just a double chorus and then the intro to end. There are a couple of little alterations though. So once we get through that whole bass riff part, on that very last time, before it kicks into the build up into the chorus, the whole band sort of joins in and plays the E to C to F. So just think that riff is going. And this is where the band kicks in. Then it goes to a C chord for 4 bars. And then we just jump straight into a double chorus. Now, the thing to remember with the double chorus on this guy is that after the first chorus, we don't have that cut like we did in the beginning or the first 2 choruses of the song. We simply jump straight back to the beginning of the chorus again. And then at the end of that second chorus, we hold that C chord for 4 bars. Once we've done that, we literally jump back to the introduction. So whether you're playing the rhythm part, or whether you're playing the lead part, it's the same as the intro. Now, once again, the only thing that changes at the end is we finish with that same 3 notes, which is E flat to C to F. And that is the whole song. So if you've got something out of this vid, as usual, I would appreciate it so much if you subscribed, hit that bell icon so you can get notified of any new videos, and give me a like, and also leave whatever comments you'd like. Other than that, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Later. Hey, baby. And there's the mailman. Because my dog's barking, that means the mailman's here. He hates the mailman.